Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us for a little bit of Hebrew as we move now into the book of Jonah. And this is an exciting journey for me. As I did the prep work, I had felt led to head in this direction. And most of us only know the story of Jonah as it relates to the episode with the big fish. And I hope that as I dig into this deeper and see the other meanings that are there and share them, that they will be as enriching to you as they are to me. Um, we're using a little bit more source material this time, so our studies are going to go a little slower. The book of Jonah is not a large book, but we're going to just, there's so much in each verse that I want to show you the depth of study that we can go through. And so I want to share with you two of the reference books that I'll be using. You can see I have a split screen going on right now. On the left side, the first one we'll look at is from the Socino Press, and it is a book that contains the 12 prophets. The Jewish studies divide the Bible a little bit differently than the Christian studies do. And so Jonah is included with the 12 prophets. And so if you want to pick this book up, you can do so from Amazon, or I bought mine used through Abe Bookstore or Thrift Books also has them. They're about $4 or $5, I think is what I paid. The other book that we're going to reference is a new one for me, and this is one you'll see. It's on the right side of the screen is the first page of it in a Kindle format, and on the left side of the screen is the book that I purchased. It's called Jonah and the Meaning of Our Lives, a verse-by-verse contemporary commentary by a rabbi. And so there's another one that we will look at from another rabbi as we get in deeper. We'll continue these. But it'll be interesting to contrast how the Jewish culture, religion looks at Jonah and then contrast it into what we have maybe been taught and used in a Christian culture. And so so those are the two books we'll be looking at. As we go to the first one here, this is from the Socino Press, and it gives a nice introduction. And what it points out, again, very striking, that the book of Jonah is the most ill-used and least understood books of the Bible. Basically, everybody knows the story of the great fish, and all of the study and topics of discussion are based upon this big fish. Was it a real fish? Was it one that God created for this? Was it a dream that he had? And most people spend all of their time on that side of it. And they spend most of their time debating if the fish is real or not. But what we're going to look at is a deeper level of all the other things that go about in this study of the book of Jonah. And I hope that's where we'll really find some things that are deep and important about this as the people that are talked about. We look at the authorship and the date. It's very well documented that this is an important book, very well researched. But notice here that it talks about just the depth of the book and how it relates to the people. And we're going to see that Jonah is mentioned in Second Kings chapter 24, verse 25, and as a prophet who lived during the reign of Jeroboam II in the first half of the 8th century. So that's very interesting. What we also will look at here is Jesus quoted from the book of Jonah. And what we'll notice is that everything that the Jewish sages bring out as far as the meaning of the book of Jonah, um, Jesus never mentioned any of those, not in a direct way, but he did mention the sign of as Jonah was in, this is from Matthew chapter 12, verses 39 through 42, and also it's found in Luke 11, 24 through 26, talks about this sign of Jonah being in the belly of the fish whale for 3 days, and compared it to the Son of Man being in the heart of the earth. And of course, this is a direct prophecy linked to his um, death, burial, and resurrection. And so we're going to see and look for that, whether the Jewish commentators bring out anything like that. Um, Spoiler alert is they don't. So we're going to be contrasting this, what was important to them, what was important in Jesus's ministry, what was important to the disciples as they lived. And did the book of Jonah come up anywhere there? So the first verse is Vayehi Davar Yud Vav He El Yonah ben Amitai Lemor, and came the word of the would be translated Lord, but it is the Yud He Vav He Tetragrammaton, meaning the merciful, compassionate attributes of God, um, to Jonah, the son of Amittai, saying, and it uses the word Davar, meaning words from the heart, deep, intense words. So if we look to the right side of the screen, we see from the commentary about what is in a name. And they bring out, as far as Jewish discussion, in the in the Midrash of the Tanhuma, Parshat Vayichel, that there are three names by which a person is called: one that his father and mother call him, one that other people call him, and one that he earns for himself. And as we noted, that names in the Bible are not always intended to mean the ones that their parents gave them, but it may be referencing what their task, what their mission was, what was the lesson to be learned from them. The word Jonah or Yonah, there's no J in Hebrew, there's a Y, and it would mean dove, and is first used in the Noah story when the dove was sent out. And he draws a comparison that Noah sends the dove out 3 times, and the second time it comes back with an olive leaf, the third time it is not returned, and that the dove represents the possibility of a new beginning. Also noted that the dove succeeds on its second try, and of course, pointing out that our Yonah also succeeds on the second try. And it talks about, why was it necessary to mention his dad's name, Amittai? And it is derived from the Hebrew word of emet, which means truth. So Jonah is then called the son of truth. So this is somewhat debated too, because what does that mean for Jonah? He ran away. He didn't follow through. He kind of told maybe half truths on where he was going when pressed on what his mission was. So the commentators bring out that while he was going to tell the truth of God's word to the Ninevites, he was really not truthful when he is hiding from the soldiers. He denies the truth or hides from the truth. And so that's very interesting too, as we look at that part of it. And so this will be a very, very interesting journey as we look into the lives of Jonah. Um, Again, here, as they complete their study on the first verse here, that Jonah's name may have been given to him by his parents, but the name prophet will be given to him by God. And in fact, as we look through it, the name of Jonah is the only name that's mentioned in the entire book of Jonah. No other figures are mentioned. And so very, very interesting. And that's where we're going to leave off today. I hope you enjoyed this first little journey into the book of Jonah. And will join us again next week as we continue digging a little bit deeper into, some questions as to, who was this person? What was he doing? What was his mission? And dig into a little bit of the background of Jonah. So God bless you all. Thanks for joining us in this journey, and we will see you next week.